Okay. Took a second to get this up and going. So, okay, so today I was going to talk a little bit about blood and blood types. So, a blood type is a classification of blood based on the presence and absence of antibodies, and also based on the presence or absence of inherited antigenic substances on the surface of the red blood cells. So, almost always an individual has the same blood group for life, but very rarely an individual's blood type changes through an addiction or suppression of an antigen in an infection, malignancy, or an autoimmune disease. A lot of this stuff is stuff I didn't know. Hi, Lev. So the blood types from the most common to the rarest are O positive, A positive, B positive, O negative, A negative, AB positive, B negative, and AB negative. Hi, Jason. And I have the chart there to show what percents in what type of people as far as their origins. So some stuff that I found out was in March 2009, it was determined people that have blood types A, B, or AB are at a higher risk for getting pancreatic cancer than those that have the type O blood. I thought that was pretty interesting. They used data from two large groups of people, a man named Brian Wolpin of the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute in Boston and his colleagues report finding what seems to be an association between blood types and risk of pancreatic cancer. The study is published in the Journal of the National Cancer Institute. They examined data from 107,503 people who participated in this. The study started in 1996, and after an average follow-up period of about 9 years, 316 study participants developed the pancreatic cancer. The researchers found that the age-adjusted incident rate of pancreatic cancer for people with blood type O was significantly less than for individuals with A, AB, or B blood types. And I know a lot of people don't even know their blood types. I think it's important. You know, for instance, the blood compatibilities on this chart. So O negative I find very interesting for the blood types. O negative can give to any person no matter what, but they can only receive O negative blood. No other blood type is like that. That one's called the universal blood. In another study that I was looking at, QI and his colleagues combined findings from 2 large studies that followed nearly 90,000 adults for about 2 decades. Compared to people with type O blood, people with AB blood were 20% more likely to develop heart disease. People with blood type A had a 5% increased risk, and people with blood type B had an 11% increased risk. Early studies suggest that the A blood type is linked to higher levels of LDL, or bad cholesterol, and that the AB blood type is tied to inflammation, which is also linked to heart disease. I never knew any of this stuff. I think it's important that we know this stuff. Also, blood and pH levels. The A protein is alkaline, as it is made up of more of the alkaline amino acids. The B protein is very acidic, with more of the acidic amino acids. So when A and B proteins are present together, which is AB blood, the pH is in a balanced state. It's approximately 7.0. Individuals with blood types A and O have a tendency to over-excrete the acidic minerals and overload on the alkaline, while those with blood type Bs have tendencies to overload on acidic minerals and excrete the alkaline ones. And all of these cases are due to copper deficiencies. With the blood type O, the alkaline level is so high that even normal alkaline A negative protein can't form there, and thus it's missing. So according to some references I looked at, the pH range for blood in the United States is about 7.4 on an average. Also, the feeding preferences of mosquitoes include those with type O blood. So let's look at some foods that can help or hinder with inflammation. So if you're type O blood, 5 beneficial foods to eat would be seaweed, red meat, oily cold water fish, spinach, and kale. You would want to avoid wheat, corn, kidney beans, navy beans, and white potatoes. If you're a type A blood type, the beneficial foods are cultured soy products, pineapple, olive oil, onions, and broccoli. 5 foods that you'd want to avoid is red meat, milk, lima beans, white potatoes, and oranges. For type B, beneficial is red meat, broccoli, dairy products, onion, and pineapple. B bloods would want to avoid chicken, corn, peanuts, lentils, and buckwheat. Type AB, beneficial foods are tofu, dairy, broccoli, walnuts, and cauliflower. You'd want to avoid your chicken, corn, buckwheat, lima beans, and kidney beans. Now this is for inflammation of our bodies. It's crazy that our blood types can influence that stuff, but it makes sense. Also, people with type A blood would want to stick to a vegetarian diet. Type B, they'd want a balanced diet. I have the foods listed in that chart. AB, they would want to have a mixed diet, and type O would prefer to have high protein. It is crazy how different they are. I agree. I was kind of amazed about it. So we also have some different characteristics for different blood types. So type O are known to have strong immune systems and digestive system. Type O's also have efficient metabolisms and are naturally hardy against illnesses. Those with a type A blood can adapt well to dietary and environmental changes. They generally have a good immune system and are able to metabolize nutrients easily. Type B have strong immune systems, can adapt readily to dietary and environmental changes, and are known to have balanced nervous systems. And then type AB have extremely efficient, tolerant immune systems and are technically a combination of the benefits from both A and B type bloods.
Hey Juan, how's it going?
Hey, what are you doing?
Testing 1, 2. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you. I wonder if they can hear.
Yeah. Ooh, I can hear echo there.
Oh, I have an echo. Not real sure what happened. Yeah, something happened. Okay, so the video came on out of nowhere. Phoebe wasn't on. I thought he was too, and it kind of scared me. I didn't know how he got on, but he wasn't. It was a video that turned on. So sorry about that. Still not very good at this. So yeah, and anyway, that's really about all I had to share about the blood so far. I found it really, really interesting just to see all the differences, and that our blood types make us very unique as far as what we need and how we handle things. I thought it was interesting that some people with AB blood are more likely to get cancer or have heart disease. But the O blood types have a lower risk. And the O blood type, like I said before, the O negative anyway, is the universal blood it can give to anyone. but it can only receive O negative. That seems a little special to me. It makes me wonder why that one's so unique. I've read all those online theories. I don't buy into the fact that they're aliens or, gods or anything like that. But when you get to thinking about, the original bloodline that was placed here, so to speak, and say like Nephilim bloodlines, that's kind of what I think about when I think about these negatives and positives and a goblin. But yeah, you think about like Nephilim, stuff like that. Just makes you wonder which bloodline. But anyway, that's about all I have. Have a good night.